Hi everybody, I'm Lisa. I'm one of the Verbling teachers and it's time for another Verbling class. This hour we are going to be doing a reading class. I have chosen an article from Wired.com, Wired magazine, which is a magazine that writes about technology and new things that are happening in the world with technology, but also with architecture and culture and arts and everything like that. So, hi there. How are you doing, Oriana?
Hey there. I can see you, but I'm fine. Thanks.
Okay, good. You can't see me?
No, I can't.
Oh.
Maybe it's short. It's loading or something.
Oh, yeah, maybe on your side. I can see you.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Says that it's loading.
Okay. Milena, hi there.
Hi,
Milena,
Lisa. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I'm fine. Thank you.
Okay, great, wonderful. So you guys are ready to do some reading today?
Yes, of course.
Okay, awesome. All right, Milena, where are you from?
I'm from Peru.
Peru?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
Peru.
Great. And Oriana, where are you from? Oriana.
I'm from Colombia.
Oh, okay. Great.
I'm from Colombia in
South America is here.
South America, yes, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Latin American people.
Yes. Okay, wonderful. And Clyde just joined us. Hi there. Getting your light turned on. Hi there. How are you?
Are you there?
I think it's microphone. Is your microphone turned on? Sometimes the microphones are muted when you come into the Hangout, so you have to just click on them. If they're red, that means they are muted. Okay, welcome everybody. Welcome. Coming into the Google Hangout. Looks like everybody found the green Join Class button. I don't know why my camera looks a little dark, but if you are having trouble at all with your connection, just maybe you can turn off your video. Sometimes if you turn off your video camera, then the microphone works because it frees up some speed on your internet connection. Okay? So I just want to welcome everybody. My name is Lisa, and I live in Washington State in the United States, and I'm one of the Verbling teachers, and we will be doing some reading in this class, reading out loud. And before we get started, I just want to say hi to everybody and just have you briefly say your name and what country you're from, and just so we get to know each other a little bit. Some people are returning students and some people are new. So I'm going to start over here with Andres. Hi there. Andres, if you want to make sure your microphone is turned on, just go to the...
Hello, teacher. How are you?
Good. I am doing good. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Okay.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you. Where are you from?
I'm from Quito, Ecuador.
Ecuador. Okay.
Capital.
Uh-huh. Wonderful. All right. We have lots of people from South America so far. Okay, Hashem, how are you?
That's fine.
Hashem, how are you doing today? All right, Hashem's working with some technology. Leonardo, how are you?
Hey, sorry.
Oh, okay, no problem.
How are you, Lisa? How are you?
Good. I couldn't hear you.
The mic was muted, sorry.
Yeah. Okay, wonderful. Tell everybody where you're from.
I'm Hisham from Cairo, Egypt.
Okay, wonderful. Welcome.
Welcome, and it's 4 a.m. now.
I was just thinking about that. I looked at it, I'm like, what time is it there? It's got to be early in the morning. Oh my gosh, you're crazy. You're just staying up all night, huh?
Yeah.
Oh man. You guys are crazy. Okay, hi Leonardo, how are you?
I'm fine. And you?
I'm doing well, thank you. Tell everybody what country you're from.
I'm from Argentina.
Okay, more. And Milena, tell everybody, since they weren't here before, where you're from.
Okay, hi everyone. My name is Milena. I'm from Peru.
Okay, good. And Mina, are you there? Mina?
Yes.
Hi there.
Hey.
Hey.
How
How are
doing?
you? Good.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Yeah, I'm great.
Great. Awesome. Tell everybody where you are.
I'm from the land of pyramids.
The land of pyramids. At 4 a.m.?
Yes.
You and Hisham. Okay.
Yes.
You guys are night owls. Night owls,
Yes.
you guys. Yes. It's not even the weekend anymore for you guys. It's the middle of the week.
Every day is the weekend.
I see. Okay. Well, you can sleep in late. Hi, Monica.
Hi,
How are you doing?
fine, thank you. And you?
Good. Thank you. Tell everybody where you're from.
I'm from Colombia.
Okay. And Oriana is your neighbor. She's also from Colombia.
Yeah, awesome. I'm from Colombia too. I'm living in Cucuta. Where do you live, Monica?
I live in Cali.
Oh, Cali. Okay,
Yes.
and I have some siblings, some family there. I don't know how to say that.
You
but
have some what?
I have some family living there.
Family members?
Yeah,
Relatives?
family members living
Uh-huh.
there.
Great.
It's a beautiful city, Cali.
Cali. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, usually we have Maria Jose, who's also a frequent student who is from Colombia, but she maybe is busy tonight. Rosal, how are you doing?
Me?
No, Rasal.
Oh, okay. Ross, oh, okay.
Yeah, Rasal. Maybe his microphone's not working. Renee, how are you? Looks like your microphone might be muted too. Renee?
Oh, yes, right.
There you go.
Hi, Ethan. Hi, everybody.
Hey, hi.
So I'm fine. I was working today. It's my free day, but I have some delayed delayed jobs, some tasks that was ready for me during
So
this
you had
week.
to work on Sunday, huh?
Yeah. But now I'm available. And I'm ready to read.
All right. Awesome. Okay.
Everybody is ready to
Let me say hi again to Rasal. See if you got your microphone working. Okay. Well, I know Rasal. He's living in New York right now. So when he gets his microphone working, then we can have him do some reading too. Okay. So this is a reading class, but I kind of found an interesting article. I put the link right there in the Verbling chat, and I'm going to put it in the Google chat also, just in case anybody's having trouble. And it looks like you guys are finding it, so just go ahead and click on that. And as I said before, I took this article off of the Wired.com website, and it's not a very intense article. Sometimes we read articles that are pretty long and say a lot of things. This has some descriptive paragraphs, but it's talking about the 10 tallest buildings of last year, 2012. So I thought it was interesting because I don't know that much about skyscrapers and architecture and things, but I read this article and I thought it might be interesting for some of you too. Sometimes we have some more people here that have either been living in Dubai, for example, or working in Dubai, And I don't know if anybody has been to these countries like Dubai, but they have lots of huge buildings that have been built and finished last year. So we're going to be talking about that. I thought it was rather interesting, and then I thought we might discuss it as well as we're going through, just in terms of how the economy is doing in the world, whereas some places they seem to be having a hard time economically. Places like in Europe, Greece, and Spain, and of course the United States has its own problems, but they're still building these huge buildings. So that's an interesting concept about what's going on in the world. So we have pictures to look at and we have things to read. And the way we do the reading is I read out loud first, and usually about a paragraph at a time, and then I have the student read. So we usually just start over on the right or the left, and then we go across, and we just take turns reading out loud. The main thing for you to do is listen, and also make sure you're listening to my pronunciation. So if you are working on improving your pronunciation, you can do your best to make your words sound like my words. So I'm going to be modeling the correct pronunciation for an American speaker. And if you have any questions about the vocabulary, we can talk about that also. Sometimes you can use the VerbLink chat, but sometimes I'm not looking at it. So if you want to ask a question, just turn your microphone on and go ahead and ask. Otherwise, we'll just get started. All right, here we go. So this is the picture of a huge building, a very tall building. We're going to get started reading all this part right here. I will read first, and then I'm going to ask Andres to read after I do. I hear a little bit of noise in the background. I'm not sure who it's coming from, so let's see. There's Oriana. Okay, good. The tallest buildings completed in 2012 can tell us a lot about the state of the world. The Council on Tall Buildings and Urban Habitat released their annual review this week, discussing the tallest buildings constructed in 2012. For the first time in 6 years, they say, the number of projects completed has gone down. Not to worry too much, though. Much of the slowdown is from projects that saw delays, pushing completion back a year or two. And with that, the CTBUH, that's the Council on Tall Buildings and Urban Habitat, expects completed projects to rise in 2013. Okay, Andres, you want to read that part out loud, please?
Sure.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, architecture is crystallized power.
No.
Constructed.
Wait,
No,
Andres, you're going to read the part that I just read. I'm going to read it once, and then the students are going to read it after I read that. So read the part that's highlighted, that starts with the tallest building.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, great. Thanks.
The tallest buildings completed in 2012 can tell us a lot about the state of the world. The Council of Tall Buildings and Urban Habitat released their annual review this week, discussing the tallest buildings constructed in 2012. For the first time in 6 years, they say the number of projects completed has gone down. Not to worry too much, though. Much of slowdown is from projects that saw delays, pushing completion back a year or two. And with that, the CTBUH expects completed projects to rise in 2013.
Good. Architecture is crystallized power. A constructed building, especially a spectacular one, is a record of the wealth and influence needed to complete such a project. The link between a booming economy and tall buildings is so strong that economists have proposed, somewhat jokingly, a skyscraper index. The idea is that when you start seeing record-breaking construction projects, you can predict a boom that's about to peak and slide into collapse. Okay, Hisham?
Okay. Architecture is crystallized power. A constructed building, especially a spectacular one, is a record of the will and influence needed to complete such a project. The link between a booming economy and tall buildings is so strong that economists have proposed, somewhat jokingly, a skyscraper index. The idea is that when you start seeing record-breaking construction projects, you can predict a boom that's about to peak and slide into collapse.
Into collapse, yeah. Okay. It is interesting to look at the list. If 2012's tallest new buildings, they put if, that should be of. It is interesting to look at the list of 2012's tallest new buildings and see where the architectural power exists today. The answer is a pretty even split between China and the Middle East. In fact, the tallest North American building completed comes in at 15, and it's the Trump Tower in Canada. Okay, Leonardo? Do you see it?
Where?
It is interesting to look. The part that's highlighted? Yeah.
Okay. It is interesting to look at the list of 2012 tallest new buildings and see where the architectural power exists today. The answer is a pretty even split between China and the Middle East. In fact, the tallest North America buildings completed comes in at 15, and it's the Trump Tower in Canada.
Okay. So now we're going to take a look at these buildings and read a little bit about each one. So number 1, this is the tallest building. It's I might not say these words right, but maybe Hisham can help me. The Abraj Al Bait Towers.
Yeah. Abraj Al Bait.
Abraj Al Bait?
Yeah.
Abraj Al Bait Towers, specifically the Mecca Royal Clock Tower Hotel in Mecca. 1,972 feet. Towering over the sacred site of the Masjid al-Haram. Masjid?
Masjid.
Masjid. Okay. Masjid al-Haram, the Mecca Royal Clock Tower, is a study in superlatives. It's the second tallest building in the world and the tallest clock tower, sporting the world's largest clock face, 141 feet in diameter. It was built as part of a project to modernize Mecca to handle the millions of pilgrims who undertake the Hajj? Hajj?
Yeah, Hajj.
Hajj every year. Hajj. Okay, good. Okay. Thank you for the assistance. Okay, Milena.
Okay, number 1, the Abraj Al Bait Towers, specifically the Mecca Royal Clock Tower, Hotel Mecca, 1,972 feet. Towering over the sacred site of Masjid al-Haram, the Mecca Royal Clock Tower is a study in superlatives. It's the second tallest building in the world and the tallest clock tower sporting the world's largest clock face, 141 feet in the diameter. It was built as part of a project to modernize. I can read it. Modernize is that?
Yes. Yep, modernize. Yes.
Modernize Mecca to handle millions of pilgrims who undertake the Hajj every year.
Okay, the Hajj is an annual pilgrimage that every able-bodied Muslim is expected to do at least once in their lifetime. Men must dress only in the ihram, while women are required to maintain their hijab. These simple clothes are intended to reinforce the equality of all Muslims. Okay, Mina? Mina, are you there? Did you fall asleep?
No, I was speaking with my mic muted, sorry.
Okay, no problem. Just checking on you. Okay, can you read that one right there?
Sure.
Okay.
The Hajj is an annual pilgrimage that every able-bodied Muslim is expected to do at least one in their lifetime. Men must dress only in the ihram while women are required to maintain their hijab. These simple clothes are intended to reinforce the equality of all Muslims.
Okay, thank you. According to the hotel's website, in addition to the opulent and elegant comfort of the rooms and suites offered at this five-star hotel, 76 state-of-the-art elevators allow easy access to the holy Masjid al-Haram for prayers. Okay, so there it is. Let's have you read, Monica, read that, and then we will take a look at the picture.
Okay. According to the hotel's website, in addition to the opulent and elegant comfort of the room and suites offered at this five-star hotel, 76 state-of-the-art elevators allow easy access to the holy Masjid al-Haram for prayers.
Okay, so this is a picture of that tall building. It's the tallest one that was completed in 2012. That looks pretty amazing considering the rest of the buildings surrounding it. Yeah. You guys notice how much huger it is than all those rest of the houses there?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Kind of looks out of place. All right, well, there you go. It's very, very tall and huge. All right, here's the next one. Number 2 is the Princess Tower, Dubai, 1,356 feet. So that's like 600 feet less. So that other one is quite a bit taller still. Part of the art of superlatives is defining your terms carefully. The Princess Tower in Dubai is the tallest residential tower in the world. It's bizarre to imagine these record-breaking properties as places where people might just live. But according to Just Rentals, a 2-bedroom apartment will run you about $2,900 US per month. Okay, Oriana, can you read that one? Is your microphone on, Oriana? Just click on your the video, and then if it's red, then it's muted. And so click on your microphone again to unmute. Got it?
It is working, yeah, already working.
Yes. Yep, now it's working. Good. Okay, go ahead. Read number 2, the Princess Tower. Whoops. Oriana, are you reading? I can't hear you. It was working and then it went off. Do you know how to check for if it's muted? If it's red, if the microphone is red, then it's muted. So you just have to click on. There you go.
Now, can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. Wait a minute. Okay. Princess Tower, Dubai, 1,356 feet. Part of the art of superlatives is defining your terms carefully. The Princess Tower in Dubai is the tallest residential tower in the world. It's bizarre to imagine these record-breaking properties as places where people might just live. But according to Just Rentals, a 2-bedroom apartment will run you about $1,900 per month.
Wow.
A little bit expensive.
A little bit expensive, yeah.
A little bit.
I could not afford that. Can any of you afford that?
No, I couldn't.
Okay, number 3. Number 3, Marina, Dubai, 1,289 feet. 23 Marina lost its place as tallest residential tower shortly after construction when the Princess Tower took up the mantle. The penthouse is available for sale on Facebook. Okay, Rasa, you want to read about the 23 Marina?
23 Marina lost its place as tallest residential tower from that one.
Yes.
23 Marina lost its place as tallest residential tower shortly after construction when the Princess Tower took up the mantle. The penthouse is available for sale on Facebook.
I didn't follow the link, but if you want to go look at it, you can follow the link. So here's the picture of that one in Dubai.
Huge.
Also huge. Has anybody ever been to Dubai?
No.
No? Okay. All right. Rasal, why don't you read this one too, since that one was pretty short last time. Number 4, Elite Residence, Dubai, 1,248 feet. Dubai again. The Elite Residence was developed by Tamir, the same firm that built the Princess Tower, the second tallest building of 2012. The firm promises, quote, a statement of luxury living in a city that has it all, end quote. Did you know that the earliest recorded settlement in Dubai was only in 1799? Okay, Rasal?
Okay. Dubai again. The Elite Residence was developed by Tamir,
Yeah.
the same firm that built the Princess Tower, second tallest building of 2012. The firm promises, quote unquote, a statement of luxury living in a city that has it all, quote unquote. Did you know that the earliest recorded settlement in Dubai was only in 1799?
Yeah. So they're just saying, like, in a little over 200 years, Dubai has created so many of these skyscraper buildings and amazing architecture, even though people have only been living there for a short time period. Okay, now we're going to go to China. Number 5, the Pinnacle, Guangzhou, 1,181 feet. This is our first non-Middle Eastern entry and our first office tower. Get used to seeing Guangzhou in this list as one of China's key national transportation hubs and trading ports. It's a city that's seen a lot of construction as manufacturing in the Pearl Delta region continues to expand. Okay, Renee, did you want to read number 5 there?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, number 5. The Pinnacle Guangzhou, 1,181 feet. This is our first non-Middle Eastern entry and our first office tower. Get used to seeing Guangzhou this list as one of China's key national transportation hub and trading ports. It is a city that's seen a lot of construction and manufacturing in the Pearl Delta region continues to expand.
Okay, now there's number 6. Number 6, JW Marriott Marquis Hotel, Dubai, 1,166 feet. Dubai's current role as free trade and tourist hub is a recent transformation. In 1947, it nearly went to war with nearby Abu Dhabi after the discovery of oil in the 1960s. The UAE was formed in 1971. Dubai's big break came after the first Gulf War. Fears of further unrest in places like Kuwait and Bahrain brought traders to the relatively stable Dubai, sparking off an incredibly rapid boom of development over the past decade that has seen multiple instances of record-breaking architecture and maniacal landscaping. Okay, Andres.
Okay,
Number 6.
number 6, uh, JW Marcus Hotel Dubai, 1,166 feet. Dubai's current role as free trade and tourist hub is a recent transformation. In 1947, it nearly went to war with nearby Abu Dhabi. After the discovery of oil in the 1960s, the UAE was formed in the 1971. Dubai's big break came after the First Gulf War. Years of further unrest in places like Kuwait and Bahrain brought traders to the relatively stable Dubai, sparking off an incredibly rapid boom of development over the past decade that has seen multiple instances of record-breaking architecture and maniacal landscaping.
Maniacal. I'm going to go
Maniacal.
back over some vocabulary later, but that's one that's kind of funny. The pace of change in the region is such that the JW Marriott Marquis Dubai's website still claims it is the world's tallest hotel. Okay, even though it isn't. All right, I'm gonna just read that one, and I'm gonna go to this one, and then have Hisham read this one. Kiangam Hanoi Landmark Tower, Hanoi, 1,102 feet. Yes, that's right. The 7th tallest building put up this year was erected in Vietnam. The Kingnam Hanoi Landmark Tower is part of a complex that will be used by large companies such as telecoms giant VNTT and Vietnam's largest bank. Vietnam has become an agricultural powerhouse. It produces 1/3 of the world's cashews and 1/3 of the world's black pepper. It is second only to Thailand in rice exports. Vietnam is also currently the 3rd largest oil producer in Southeast Asia. Okay, Hisham?
Okay. Kingnam Hanoi Landmark Tower. Yes, that's right. The 7th tallest building put up this year was erected in Vietnam, the Kingnam Hanoi Landmark. Tower is part of complex that was used by large companies such as telecom giant VNPT and Vietnamese large bank. Vietnam has become an agriculture powerhouse. It produces 1/3 of the world's cashews and 1/3 of the world black pepper. Black pepper, it's second only to Thailand. Pepper.
Yes.
Okay, black pepper. It's the second only to Thailand in rice exports. Vietnam is also currently the 3rd largest oil producer in the Southeast Asia.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
Asia or
Southeast Asia.
Asia. Southeast Asia.
Hello.
Yes.
By the way, we forgot the Burj Khalifa. It's the biggest tower in the world.
Yeah. Is that what you sent the link to?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but these are just talking about the ones that have been finished last year, 2012.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
I live near Gangnam Tower.
You do? Hi,
Yeah.
Hong. You just joined us. I guess Leonardo dropped out. So, is it pretty amazing to look at?
Yeah. It's very high.
Yeah, it's very high.
Big chest.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder how long it took them to make it. Did it take a long time?
Oh yes, I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you live in Hanoi?
Yeah, of course. I live in Hanoi.
Good. Okay, well, welcome. We're just reading. So I'm going to read the next one, and then you can read after I read, okay?
Okay.
Okay, number 8, Pearl River Tower, Guangzhou, 1,015 feet. The Pearl River Tower has been held up as an exemplar for China's future in green skyscrapers. Designed by Chicago architect Gordon Gill, its curvy form directs wind into turbines that help power The lights. Okay, you can read that paragraph for us.
Yes. Number 8. Pearl River Tower, Guangzhou, 1015 feet. The Pearl River Tower has been held up as an example for China's future in green skyscrapers. Designed by Chicago architect Gordon Gill, its curvy form directs wind into turbines that help power the lights.
Okay.
Yes,
Wow. That looks like a really tall one. The other ones there have a different angle of the photo, but that one's from up above, so you can really see how tall it is. Okay, number 9, Li Top Plaza, Guangzhou, 993 feet. The Li Top Plaza is also very tall. While Dubai's construction boom has been driven largely by oil wealth, Guangzhou's boom is driven by the larger demographic forces in China that are driving people into cities as the population urbanizes. Guangzhou is China's third largest city and as a result is feeling a great deal of that pressure. Okay, Milena.
Okay. 9 Little Plaza, Guangzhou, 993 feet. The Little Plaza is also very tall, while Dubai's construction boom has been driven largely by oil wealth. Guangzhou's boom is driven by the larger demographic forces in China that are driving people into cities as the population urbanizes. Guangzhou is China's third largest city and as, as a result is feeling a great deal of that pressure.
Right, good. I just want to point out to you that's a driven.
Okay.
Different than, yeah, with a short I sound instead of drive, like driving, but this is driven. Okay? All right. Yeah, lots of tall buildings there. Okay, number 10 is Yingli International Finance Center, Chongqing, 945 feet. Chongqing, the largest administrative municipality in China, is in the middle of the country. Historically, because of its remote location, it was a place for weapons R&D. R&D means research, I'll write it out, and development. So research and development of weapons. More recently, its industrial output has diversified, though it doesn't make good for export, being so far from coastal shipping lanes. Instead, its 158.9 billion GDP goes towards making goods for domestic consumption. Okay, Mina.
Chongqing, the largest Yingli International Finance Center, Chongqing, 945 feet. Chongqing, the largest administrative municipality in China, is in the middle of the country historically because of its remote location. It was a place for weapons research and development. More recently, its industrial output has diversified, so it doesn't make good for export, being so far from coast shipping lanes. Instead, its 158.9 billion GDP goes toward making goods for domestic consumptions.
Okay, great. Okay, so now I want to go back to the beginning and I want to make sure we all understood what we read. So the first part was just reading and having some fluency and practicing the pronunciation, but now we want to make sure that we actually understand what we're reading, what this whole thing was about. It gave us a lot of clues because we got a lot of pictures here, and we're obviously talking about tall buildings. Okay.
Yeah.
So the tallest buildings completed in 2012 can tell us a lot about the state of the world. What does it mean to complete something? What are these?
Finish.
Good. Good. Yeah. So if you complete something, you finish it. So these were buildings that were finished, completed, they were done in 2012. And it says they can tell us a lot about the state of the world. What does that phrase mean, the state of the world?
I don't know, the things that we are living right now, or when,
Yeah, like how people are living right now?
yeah, maybe, because it as we can see, we could see, and when were talking about, I think, buildings on China, they
Yeah.
say, well, in Dubai is because maybe business, because all business, but in
Uh-huh.
China it's because the demographic problem that they have. So
Yep.
that show us the state of the world, because
Yes.
maybe about according to the necessity of the society,
Yes.
something like
Yeah.
that.
Okay. I don't know if everybody was able to hear. Yeah, explaining this phrase, the state of the world. They're talking about how the buildings maybe in Dubai. Do you think that it shows that the world is poor right now, or that these countries are not having enough money, or do you think the opposite? What do you think it's telling us about the state of the world? Anybody?
Maybe, yeah. I think it's
Maybe it can be the current
Rich.
situation for the economy of the certain cities.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Right. So it's maybe speaking more about the economic realities of certain cities. So Dubai obviously is having a lot of money
yeah.
to build these buildings, and China is also having a lot of money to build these buildings. Yeah, because as I've had other students tell me, like if you guys know Lendit, he says everything is made in China. So China's definitely making a lot of products for the world, and therefore getting money also.
So
Okay.
when
Okay.
it,
Yes.
so the state of the world, maybe it's trying to tell us about the situation of the world
Yes.
in this
In those countries.
in these three situations, economically,
Uh-huh.
demographically, and socially. May I say? I don't know what's the
Yeah.
word to say.
Socially.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, in those three forms of situation, in these three ways,
Yeah.
the situation of the world, maybe that council which is talking
Yeah.
in the next, that council is going to tell us about that situation by explaining us through the skyscraper construction.
Construction of the skyscrapers, right. Yeah, so let's see what they think it's saying. It says the Council on Tall Buildings and Urban Habitat, urban is like in cities, released their annual, so that means every year, review this week, discussing the tallest buildings constructed, it's another word for built, in 2012. For the first time in 6 years, they say the number of projects completed has gone down. So there were less, but not to worry too much, because they say that the slowdown is from projects that saw delays, pushing completion back a year or two. So what is a delay? You guys know what a delay is?
No, what is it?
Okay,
Late.
right. So the slowdown is describing that there were less buildings being finished. So the construction was slowing down, and then the delay is something that keeps you from finishing. So
Like
for example, if you're going to work and you got into a lot of traffic and you got there late to work, you could say you were delayed by traffic. So the delay was
Same,
because of traffic. So
is
what?
postpone.
Yes, Kubra, are you telling us something?
Does Delay
I
meaning
Understand.
Okay. So a delay is something that keeps you from going somewhere or doing something.
like a flight delay.
Uh-huh. Right. Yeah.
Could be.
Oriana, do you understand?
Yeah, delay is like that delay my job, so the traffic, I delay traffic, or the traffic delayed me, something
Yeah, the
like that.
traffic delayed you. So the
Delayed
delay
me
was the
because,
traffic.
yeah, because it was crowded or something like that.
Yeah,
It was crowded.
it kept you from getting to work on time. So something has been delaying these projects from being finished, from being completed. A lot of times when you're building something, the delays could be in the materials, in the funding, getting the money that you need, finding the right workers to be able to finish the job, things like that. Those could delay a project. Okay?
Yeah.
All right, let's keep working through here. So, but they think that these projects will probably finish this year, 2013. So we'll see which one's finished. Architecture is crystallized power. Crystallized. Do you guys know what that means, crystallized?
no, I don't.
Make it clear.
Mm. It's crystallized. It means like realized. Yeah, it's like realized, and it's permanent. So they built these buildings, and now they're going to be there for a very long time. And it's showing you the power that this time period had. So we could say that in 2012, there was enough economic power, we could say, economic power to build these very tall and expensive buildings. Okay, so it's crystallizing it, it's keeping it so that now, even in 100 years, people will probably still be using these buildings, and they will know that this time period had this level of economic power.
It's
Okay?
it's
Yes?
really try that it makes to say that in those countries which skyscrapers are has experience on ground, uh, they have they have economical power.
Yeah.
They are powerful.
Yeah. Like, for example, do you guys know about the Roman Colosseum, for example, in Rome, Italy?
Yes.
So that was built a long time ago in a certain time period of history, and so that wasn't a represented. That represents what was going on in that time period. Okay, so that's what it's talking about. Okay, so a constructed building, especially a spectacular one, so that means like a really amazing one, is a record of the wealth and influence. So it's a record. It's a project that shows how much wealth and influence they needed to complete such a project. Because these buildings, as you guys all know, are very, very expensive to build. So it takes a lot of money and power for people to get these buildings constructed. The link between a booming economy and tall buildings is so strong that economists have proposed, somewhat jokingly, a skyscraper index. So they're saying that there's a link. You have a booming economy, so an economy that is growing. That's what booming means. Booming means growing and doing well. And then when that's happening, you have a lot of people who start building these tall buildings because the money is there to do it, right? But what do they think is going to happen? What does it say? What does it say in this little sentence here? It says, the idea is that when you start seeing record-breaking construction projects, so those are all being almost record-breaking, even though it's not the tallest one in the world, they're very, very tall. They say when you start seeing that kind of stuff, you can predict, or you can say that you think something's going to happen. A boom that's about to peak. So peak is reaching the highest point and then sliding down into collapse. So this is what they're saying, is that when you see a lot of growth and a lot of building like this, then sometimes it reaches the peak and then falls. Yeah.
Got the opposite to peak and to sliding the collapse.
Yeah. So they're saying that right now there's a lot of money in these areas, and there's a lot of buildings being built, but pretty soon that's probably going to stop. It's going to go as high as it can, all that spending of the money, and pretty soon it's going to collapse. That's what they're saying you can predict. Yeah. All right, well, we'll see. It's interesting to look at the list of 2012's tallest new buildings and see where the architectural power exists. So where it is, exists means where it is. The answer is a pretty even split. So there's China and the Middle East, which is mostly Dubai. In fact, the tallest North American building completed. So they're saying that even though North America, like Canada and the United States, they have been known to have very tall skyscrapers, especially in cities like New York City. They only came in at number 15. So the United States and Canada are not building tall buildings right now. They are not building these skyscrapers. So the money is in China and Dubai. Yeah. Yeah.
Because
So, okay.
because the economic crisis, maybe?
Uh-huh. Yep. Yes. And that's what this is kind of saying is we can look and see where all of this building is happening, and then we can know where the money is. So, of course, right here, this building is the tallest one that was built, and that's a specific reason, but it's built by a 5-star hotel. So that's a very, very expensive hotel even to go to, and they have these 76 elevators also in the hotel. So it's opulent and elegant comfort. So that's what you expect when you go to a 5-star hotel. Opulent means very rich. You see very fancy things. Elegant is a similar word. It's just very sophisticated and nice. You probably see people dressed up, and the furniture is very fancy and very nice. Has anybody been to a 5-star hotel before?
No.
No, I never have. Yeah. No. So we only have about 8 minutes here, and I wanted to ask you guys, what do you think? I'm wondering, in your countries, do they have very tall skyscraper buildings? Andres, do you have tall skyscrapers in your country?
Well, actually,
Similar to these ones? I don't
Yeah.
think so, no.
No, not to these ones, huh? Yeah.
Maybe 10 or 30 floors, not too
Yeah.
much.
Yes. Hung,
Yes.
in this article, they seemed pretty amazed that one of the tallest buildings is in Vietnam, but they're saying that Vietnam is becoming very important in exporting agricultural products, and that's why it's getting more and more money. So you notice that in your life, that Vietnam is becoming wealthier?
I think Vietnam is developing country.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
And are they building just these big buildings, or also better housing for people to live in too?
Some people is not living in Kiangnam because I think as I know in Kiangnam Tower almost for foreigners there.
Oh.
Yes, and as I know in Gangnam Tower, some people from Korea.
Oh, okay.
You know, Gangnam is contracted by Korea.
Yeah.
Yeah, a contractor from Korea.
Okay.
Yes.
So are there a lot of foreigners in Vietnam right now? A lot of people coming to invest money and stuff in Vietnam?
Yes, I think has a lot.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah. And is Hanoi where everybody wants to go because it's the biggest city?
When you come Hanoi, you would like go to Old Street and Hoàn Kiếm Lake. Okay, I will type for you.
Okay.
Yes.
Good. Kubra.
Um,
Hi, Kubra.
Hi,
Hi, how are you?
I am fine, thank you. And you?
Good. So you joined us a little bit later. Tell everybody where you live. Where are you from?
I am from Turkey.
Okay. So in Turkey, do you have many skyscrapers?
I don't understand.
Skyscrapers are the tall buildings, like the ones that we've been reading about. That's called a skyscraper. These very, very tall buildings.
Yeah, in Turkey, there is in Turkey.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Have you ever been in one?
Yeah, uh, I have been.
Uh-huh. Cool.
I can't speak very good.
That's okay.
Mhm.
That's good. Milena,
Yeah,
in Peru, do you guys have many skyscrapers?
not many, but I've been in Chicago and I visit Willis Towers, and I know
Oh,
it's
yeah?
a tallest building in USA, and I was enjoying at the time.
Cool. So you've been in a tall skyscraper before?
Yes, Chicago. Yes,
Uh-huh, in Chicago.
yeah,
Well,
it was very nice.
yeah, you weren't scared?
Well, when in Chicago, you have windows when you can take a picture then, and you can
Uh-huh.
see all the buildings and above you, uh, and behind. It's very scary, but it
Yeah.
was fun.
Is that the one that you went in, the Sears Tower?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's towers of pictures. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
very nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I have never been in that one. I've been in New York in the Empire State Building, and I've been in some in San Francisco, but I can't say that I like to go up high in the
You have a beautiful view of all
Yes,
the
you do.
stations. It's very nice. Yeah.
Yes, the view is really nice. That's for sure. I always, especially when I was in San Francisco, I went up. I don't know how high it was, maybe 30 or 40 floors or something, stories. But in San Francisco, they have earthquakes, so it's kind of. I didn't want to stay up there very long.
Actually, the same here. I
Yeah.
feel the same feeling for sure. But it was fun because I was with my family. We were sharing, so I enjoyed it all the time.
Sure. Well, when you go somewhere like Chicago or New York, it's fun to go do those things. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Lots of people do it every day, so it's pretty safe.
Yes, it's pretty safe. It's very
Yeah.
fun.
yeah, Lisa.
Uh-huh.
I was looking for the record of skyscrapers here in Venezuela,
Uh-huh.
and I see that as Central Park Tower in Caracas is was the the highest building in Latin America,
Oh, yeah.
but ironically, it was built in 3 decades before, 3 decades ago.
Mm, yeah.
So and now, of course, it has more than 700 feet.
Yeah. So there hasn't been very much building of tall buildings in South America lately, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
those one. Yes, I've been in Caracas and
Oh, you went into that one?
no,
Oh.
I couldn't go there.
Some
I
other one.
couldn't go.
Mina, have you ever been in a skyscraper?
Yes, in Egypt we have this building. It's called Cairo Tower, and it's really high. It's like I think 50 meters.
It's called Air Tower.
No, Cairo Tower.
Is it that one right there?
Are you put it in the sharing?
Yes.
No, I can't see it.
Oh.
It's 187 meters.
Oh, okay. Great.
No.
Oh, Oriana, how about you? Have you ever been in a skyscraper?
No,
No,
Luis, I
not
have
that one.
never been in a skyscraper. Here in Colombia, there is one, the Colpatria Tower. Colpatria is a bank here in Colombia,
Yeah.
but it's located in Bogota, and I have been in Bogota, but I have never been in that building. So no,
Yeah.
but I would like to travel. Now I have more motivation to travel to another countries like
All
Dubai or
right.
something
Yeah. Well,
to
Hisham,
know that.
Hisham put up a link to the one that's the tallest one. I'll put that one up. That one's really amazing too, I think. That one, can you see that one in the share? Amazing too, I think. That one right there. That's also in Dubai. Valen, hi Valen, you just joined us.
Yes, I was a little bit late. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, we were just reading the article about the tallest buildings that were completed last year. So
Yes.
you can look at the pictures and see, and but I think we're gonna wrap it up here for this class. We did some reading, we went over some vocabulary, and we got to talk a little bit about skyscrapers. Have you ever been in a skyscraper?
Yes. There is a big skyscraper, but it's not as high as in United States or that kind of countries. But it's called Torre Sindoni here in Maracay, in Venezuela, and it's very tall. I've been to in the 48th floor. And there is a restaurant there's called Shambhala, and you can see the whole city.
Oh
and
yeah,
it's
that's
pretty
nice.
nice.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool. Okay. All right. Well, thank you guys for joining. Maybe someday you guys will get to go up in some of these amazing skyscrapers. I think Dubai wins for having the most amazing ones and the tallest ones. They have a lot of money in Dubai from the oil, so that's how they're spending some of it. If you want to go live there, all you got to do is be able to pay $2,900 per month.
Oh my God.
I hope so.
Well, that would be nice if you could afford it, right?
Yeah,
Oh my God.
we can do it. Just keep hoping.
Yes, keep hoping. Keep your dreams alive.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, guys.
That's the key.
Thank you for coming to class and for reading. You guys did a great job. And I'll see you on another class. Thank you.
Goodbye.
Thank you.
Okay, bye, everybody.